gracious me!
What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to Team of the Week predictions, week number 8, and some fairly big names and a lot of goals to talk about in this week's episode. In goal, we're going to kick things off with Daniel Massenholler. The German made 9 saves, kept a clean sheet, and was crowned man of the match in a 2-0 win. I genuinely didn't know this guy was still playing. Adam FONDRE has apparently moved to Sydney. He got 2 goals in a 3-0 win. That's the 3rd game of the season, and correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think we've had an Australian League in form yet. Please forgive me, Celtic fans, I'm about to mispronounce one of your players' names. I'm going to say EDOUARD. That's what it looks about right. Anyway, he was involved in 2 separate 5-0 wins for Celtic this week. The most recent was 2 goals and 1 assist in that big win over Hearts, and I think that that's thoroughly deserved if EA even bothered to look at that league this week. There are many players that could be chosen from this game in particular. Now, I've gone with SAVANIER. He got 1 goal and 1 assist and was crowned man of the match in a 4-0 win. It doesn't necessarily look like a great card, but to be fair, none of them will be from that game. But they trounced their opponents 4-0, so there definitely is an inform coming. I'm going to mispronounce this because it looks German, but it's French, but he plays in Germany. It's very confusing. I'm going to say SCHMID, even though it probably isn't that. But either way, he managed to get himself 1 goal and 1 assist in a 2-2 draw, and this will be a position change, or rather would be if he were to make it in from a right mid, I believe, to a right back. Much like the next team, Lazio, they ran out 4-1 winners, and CATALDI looks like the player to be chosen. However, there is another one, but he will be in the possibles. It's a big name as well. Now, for now though, CATALDI got 1 goal and 1 assist in that 4-1 win. ANDREI GIROTTO up next. This was a bit of an easy one to decide, really, because it was the only player that did anything apart from Salah, the striker, who has only recently got himself an inform, so that's ruled him out. Now, Girotto got himself 1 goal in that 5-0 win, but again, as it was 5-0, I can definitely see an inform. I may get this spot on, I may butcher it. I'm going to go with Epriano. Sounds about right to me. He got 1 goal and was crowned man of the match in a 1-0 win. That 1-0 win, though, was over Besiktas. That should hold enough significance to warrant this inform. Pretty high-rated player for this stage of the video, but to be fair, there are quite a few high-rated players this week. Otavio from FC Porto got 1 goal and 1 assist and was crowned man of the match in a 2-0 win, and that's all off the bench as well. Not exactly a usable card, but still a card nonetheless. James Chester of Aston Villa up next. Haven't seen this guy for a while. He got 1 goal and made a clearance off the line and kept a clean sheet in a 2-0 win. This is the 4th time in 8 weeks that I have featured Eder in a Team of the Week predictions. Let's see if it's 4th time lucky. 2 goals and 1 assist and a Man of the Match award in a 3-1 win. I literally don't know what more this guy has to do to get himself this inform. Our first one to watch of this week's Team of the Week predictions, and it comes in the form of Richarlison. It won't be the last though, just mark my words. Richarlison, who I believe played as a striker. Now I don't think that affects one to watch cards, but the inform would be a striker. The one to watch would remain a left mid for those interested. He got 2 goals and was crowned man of the match in a 3-1 win. Into the starting 11 we go with Walter Benitez of Nice. He made 7 saves and kept a clean sheet and was crowned man of the match in a 1-0 win. There were a few goalkeepers this week that made penalty saves, but I'm going to feature those in the possibles because they're not quite as high rated. Tagliafico next of Ajax. Don't hold your breath for this, by the way, Ajax fans, because EA seem to hate the Eredivisie this year. He got 1 assist and kept a clean sheet and was crowned man of the match in Ajax's 2-0 win, but they have denied far more in far bigger games this year. If you're one of the ones lucky enough to pick up the red Godin, then you might be interested to know that Sergio Ramos could be up for an inform this week as well. He got 1 goal and kept a clean sheet and was crowned man of the match in a 2-0 win. That, I think, would probably be enough, and especially as there aren't necessarily any massive defenders this week, I would expect to see this for sure. Gil up next. He got 1 goal and kept a clean sheet and was crowned man of the match in a 2-0 win, but not the final Chinese League player to feature though. Stay tuned for that. Vincenzo GRIFO up next. The Hoffenheim man got 1 goal and 2 assists in a 4-1 win. Worth mentioning that as far as I can tell, this would be a position change from what I think is currently a left mid to a centre mid. Let me know in the comments, Hoffenheim fans, what do you make of this? One of many players I'm thinking of picking up on the road to glory, and that is João Mario to kick things off. we have an 84 rated potential card for 1 goal, 2 assists and a man of the match award in a 5-0 win for Inter. Not the only big result in Italy this week though, because there were quite a few goals flying in. More to come. Our second one-to-watch player to feature, and this could be a second inform for Felipe Anderson, having a very good time at West Ham right now. This weekend scoring 2 goals and being crowned man of the match in a 4-2 win should be enough, especially as he's a one-to-watch, and that card now looks very, very nice. About a month before FIFA 19 dropped, I actually tipped Belotti to be one of the OP players. It didn't really happen. I haven't seen him too many times in opponents' teams, but we could now though. 85 rated potential inform on the way for 2 goals and 1 assist in a 4-1 win for Torino. That looks like a very nice card. Manchester City absolutely decimated Southampton earlier today, and Raheem Sterling was at the forefront of it. 2 goals and 2 assists and a man of the match award in a 6-1 win. That all but guarantees Sterling in inform. I don't know if I'll even bother putting the rest of the players in the possibles, because let's be honest, it's not possible. That is a great performance from Raheem Sterling. The second informs are coming in thick and fast now. We've had a couple already this week. Now Timo Werner's turn, up from an 85 to an 86 potentially, with 2 goals and a man of the match award in a 3-0 win. And with that Goetze card and the Royce player of the month that we had recently as well, you could make a formidable trio. Up next though, and the big cheese of this week's Team of the Week, is the player that I'm personally most looking forward to, Dries Mertens, with a hat-trick and 1 assist and a man of the match award in a 5-1 win for Napoli. You'd be hard-pushed to deny this guy an inform card, and like I said, the one that I'm most looking forward to because he fits perfectly into my road to glory. As always, there are quite a few possibles to mention this week, so before you go anywhere, strap yourself in because there are some big names in this week's possibles. Before we get to those big names though, we have to go through the lesser names. Wu Yan, quite literally. Penalty save and a clean sheet and a 2-0 win. Normally I'd say yeah, that deserves it, but I don't know if they're going to want to put a silver goalkeeper in, but either way, worth keeping in mind if you are looking for a silver Chinese league keeper. A blast from the past for some of the OGs of this channel. MCGEADY, still of Sunderland, in League One. I don't know if he played left mid or centre mid. I'm seeing conflicting reports here, but either way, he managed 2 goals in a 2-0 win over Plymouth, and I would not be against this card one little bit. From one tricky name to, well, this. YAREMCHUK, maybe. Sounds about right. He got 2 goals in a 3-1 win for Ghent. Normally I would say yes, but he was a position change, so as a striker, I'm not quite sure that's going to be enough. EA are being very selective when it comes to Russian League informs this year. I'm really not sure of which players they have rights to and which ones they don't. So this is going to be in the possibles purely for that. Otherwise, I honestly would have put him in the starting 11. Mertens, again, another really weird name there. He got 2 goals in a 3-1 win. And like I said, normally that would be enough, but I'm not quite sure what the rules are this year. Now we're getting into the juicy players. Thorgan Hazard up next. This would, I think, actually would be a right wing, but it doesn't matter either way because I don't think he's going to be in the starting 11 or indeed the subs or reserves, and that's why he's in the possibles. 2 goals and a man of the match award and a 3-0 win. Normally I'd say yes, that's enough, but I genuinely couldn't find any player to take out for him, so for that reason, he's in the possibles. I said a little while back that Gil wasn't our final Chinese League player, and here is the final Chinese League player, Hulk. 1 goal and 1 assist and a man of the match award in a 5-4 win, and it would be a position change to a striker as well. Not that you can't move the current Hulk in form to a striker because he's a cam, but either way, this would be very, very nice, and I would have to rethink my entire team, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Unfortunately for Immobile, I don't think what he's done is going to be enough either. 2 goals and a man of the match award and a 4-1 win normally would be, but as he has 1 in form already, and as Werner, Mertens, Sterling and the likes have already made it into Team of the Week, I feel like he might just be edged out based on that. And of course CATALDI put in a very good performance as well. Before we get into our biggest player of the possibles and our final player, we have to talk about Pedro and that Chelsea game in particular. He got 1 goal and 1 assist and was awarded with the Man of the Match award. Morata got 2 goals in that game and Alonso got an assist. But I don't think it's going to be enough for any of them. Even if Pedro does get himself this card, I can't see anyone in their right mind using him outside of an SBC. I had to mention him, although there is no doubt in my mind that Kylian Mbappe will not be anywhere near the Team of the Week. Now, he managed to get himself 1 goal and 1 assist in a 2-1 win for PSG. It was a fairly big game in France, I suppose, by French game standards. But I'm not sure if that's enough. I like the Immobile. He's already got an inform, and Mertens, Werner, Sterling, Belotti, Anderson, so on and so forth. There's some really big names in this week's Team of the Week for attackers, so I don't really think there's any room for him. It would be really good, though, because it would be a position change to a striker and much easier for people to fit into teams, but I just can't quite see it happening, unfortunately. And that brings us to the end of yet another Team of the Week predictions. If you've gone on to enjoy this, then do me a favour and hit that like button. It really does help me out an awful lot. If you'd like to see more, then you can subscribe. It is free. And of course, you can hit that little bell as well if you feel that way inclined. Thank you very much for watching. Till the next time, goodbye.